Friends, welcome back to Male Nurse Mentor. My name is Jesse. Today I want to take the time to talk on what may be a hot take, something that isn't really talked about, but I can see that it's thought about, especially as you see or hear more nurses just leaving the profession entirely, or just not recommending nursing as a profession at all, which I don't agree with, as I think nursing is an amazing career. You just need the right mindset, and you also need nurses to just be honest about it, so people know what they're getting into. So that's why I'm here, just to kind of stir the pot a little bit. So let me begin with this. One thing that I think many nurses that I've come across in both school and in the workforce don't admit often enough, which has led me to feeling like an outsider in the field. But from what I've actually seen, many nurses eventually end up feeling the same way later on, and just don't say it out loud, I guess, like I will today. It is this. It is that nursing can just be a job and doesn't have to be a calling. And there's nothing wrong with that. So let me explain. And I'll do so by giving you an example today. Then I'll elaborate on what it is that I mean. I work in a prison, as many of you already know. And what I often hear by the correctional officers is this phrase: do your 8 and hit the gate. Come in, do your 8 hours, and then hit the gate. Gate is a reference to being in a prison, right? You're locked up, there's a bunch of gates. So officers have this mindset: they're gonna come in, do their 8 hours, and get out, hit the gate. Well, I've applied this to myself, right? Just hearing it for so long, but as a nurse, and I've seen so many great benefits. It doesn't mean all of a sudden I'm a bad nurse because I think this way or I have these thoughts, but I do feel it's hard for nurses to accept this mindset, and instead they place so much pressure on themselves to feel as though nursing is this calling or sacrifice of oneself to treat others, care for others above anything else in patients' most vulnerable states, which I can understand, and I get it. It's easy to feel that way when you have patients telling you, oh, you're an angel, God bless you, you're a gift to this earth. All things I've been told before. Those are quite charged compliments, right? That's a ton of pressure. That's a lot to live up to. And this is along the same thread as to why as nurses during school, we are told often to put ourselves before our patients, because it's so easy to do the opposite. It's so hard to work as a nurse sometimes and put our oxygen mask on first before putting it on others. If you've heard of the oxygen on a plane analogy, that's what I'm referencing to. But it's easier said than done. When our job as nurses is to treat a vulnerable, sick patient population, and that population has an expectation so highly of us, so much trust, we naturally do overextend. We naturally do go into our reserves. It becomes much more than a job then when that happens. We invest so much emotionally, so much physically, all that energy. The pressure to care for patients is quite challenging. And then we add our own pressure to it, like bad habits, overextension, leading to higher stress, more rates of burnout, and many leave the profession as a whole. So Jesse, what is it? What are you trying to say in this video? What I'm trying to say here is to give you a different lens to look through. A reminder, if you will, to try to think of your nursing career as more like a job, not a calling, with added personal pressure to perform. Adopt the mentality of doing your 8, hitting the gate. It's much easier to do your job this way. You are a human. You're not a machine. You need to care for yourself in this career. And I noticed this mental shift helped me. It helped me avoid burnout. It has kept me in the field and gives me hope to continue forward as a nurse. It's helped me in both my personal life and my work life by forcing me to learn and set boundaries at work with my supervisors and also with my patients. If you adopt this mentality or find the ability to just say it out loud, nursing becomes much more inviting. That built up pressure, it releases a bit. It's that same switch of working to live or living to work. You have to decide. But understand that nursing is not a sacrifice. It doesn't have to be a calling. That's what being a doctor is. All right, that's a joke. Well, kind of a joke. A physician does need to make many sacrifices to treat their patients, but they also get paid more. No offense. But friends, on a more serious note, use this video as a reminder to not always take your nursing job so seriously. Being a professional is good enough. Showing up on time, doing your job as expected, and not always having to go above and beyond is good enough. And that's gonna be it for this video, friends. A little bit of a different one. I haven't made one like this before, but hopefully some of this is helpful. These are all things that I'm learning about my own personal career. I continue to work as a nurse full-time. I make these videos part-time. And if there's anything else, friends, any questions, any ideas you want to bounce off, leave a message in my DMs, leave a comment down below. But as always, friends, you know where to find me if you need me. But until the next video, take care. I'll see you then.